Powered by the Montana Television Network. This is the 530 News on Q2, Montana's news leader.
Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Russ.
And I'm Jeanelle Slade. Some big news for Yellowstone County as the U.S. military looks to locate another base here in Billings.
That announcement, location, and potential timing brought forward today at the Yellowstone County Commissioners meeting.
The Montana Department of Military Affairs working to bring the 2nd Army National Guard campus to Montana to Billings.
Q2's Jenny Fick has more.
The Montana Department of Military Affairs went public with their plans to add a National Guard aviation base in Billings.
So the project we're working on is to develop a limited Army aviation support facility here in Billings.
The facility would provide support to eastern Montana.
There's one support facility in Montana right now, and it's in Helena.
They aim to build a permanent facility adjacent to the airport, but in the meantime, they plan to lease facility from the Billings Flying Service.
6 aircraft would be stationed here in Billings and provides capabilities on the civil side.
For example, medevac aircraft and search and rescue.
You could refer to it as an Army National Guard or a campus basically, but it would just be the limited ASF and then future another readiness center, a larger one, and probably a maintenance facility for ground stuff too. So it'd be a big impact.
A satellite classroom would be able to be implemented for remote training, as well as reducing travel time to the current National Guard base in Helena.
We do a lot of missions for the state on when we're needed for fires and other emergencies, and allows our aviation team or crew members to be able to do their training here in the Billings area.
The center would be an asset to the community of Billings by increasing jobs, expanding the area's tax base, and capability of resources.
It's exciting. I think it's exciting for the community, and it's exciting for the National Guard.
In Billings, Jenny Fick, MTN News.
That project is still in the planning stages and will still undergo an environmental assessment. Public hearings and comments will take place before it's approved.
Now, if all goes well with the assessment, the temporary facility should be ready in about 12 months, and it's estimated the permanent campus would be ready in about 4 to 5 years.
Well, a woman hospitalized after touching a live wire in Pioneer Park over the weekend.
Billings Fire Battalion Chief Ed Regal says the woman reached out and grabbed the power line. A man walking in the park stopped to help get her loose from the wire and administered CPR. A second man also stopped to help with CPR until paramedics arrived.
The woman was transported to the hospital by ambulance and was conscious when she left. A representative with Northwestern Energy says the wire has been removed. Q2's Zoe Zandor is at Pioneer Park where that incident took place with more.
Here in Pioneer Park is where the live wire was hanging and the woman grabbed onto it, shocking her. Now, I spoke with Lisa Perry, Community Relations Manager of Northwestern Energy today, and she says this is a somber reminder to always call when you see a live wire and to never grab onto it. She said in this case, John Putz, the man who was in the park, knew to do the right thing and use a non-conductive pen to pry the woman's fingers off the wire and gave her CPR until emergency responders were able to get to the scene and to get the woman to the hospital safely. And she says Northwestern Energy is just focused on the safety and the precautions of this situation and gives major kudos to the emergency responders who got the woman safely to the hospital. There are no further updates of the woman's conditions at this time. Back to you.
Thanks, Zoe.
And Zoe says Northwestern Energy is conducting an extensive investigation as to how that wire ended up that way in the first place.
Well, more details tonight surrounding a shooting involving 3 Billings teenagers in Pioneer Park early Sunday morning.
Police telling us today they do not believe it was a random incident. Lieutenant Brandon Woolley tells Q2 a 14-year-old boy, a 17-year-old boy, and an 18-year-old woman were all injured in the shooting. One remains in the hospital tonight.
Now, police were called to shots fired in Pioneer Park around 3:45 a.m. Sunday. Woolley says all 3 arrived at the hospital in private vehicles, and all 3 are not cooperating with investigators.
Well, the man killed this past Friday night in a wreck on Rimrock Road has now been identified. 58-year-old Stephen Gardner of Billings was killed when his Porsche hit a Suburban while trying to turn left onto 54th Street West. The force pushed both vehicles off the road and forced the Suburban onto its side. The accident closed that road for about 6 hours that night as help flight was called in to transport Gardner, and police investigated the incident. There's no word on the condition of the woman or any potential charges.
The 80-year-old Roundup man reported missing over the weekend has been identified as the victim of a single crash just south of Roundup. Sam Ohanneson was driving on Highway 87 south of Roundup around 10 o'clock Saturday night. Montana Highway Patrol says for some unknown reason, his vehicle left the roadway on the right-hand side, hit a mailbox and a fence before slamming into an embankment. Troopers say Ohanneson was not wearing a seatbelt and was pronounced dead on the scene. Now, this fatal crash adding to what is the deadliest June on Montana's roadways in the last decade. According to the Montana Highway Patrol, nearly 30 people have died since the beginning of June. That's almost one death a day for the entire month. Authorities not yet sure what caused this spike, but do know that the time between Memorial Day and Labor Day is known as the 100 deadliest days of summer. And July is historically the deadliest month out on the road. As always, troopers encourage folks to follow speed limits, buckle up, and do not drink and drive.
A Livingston woman facing child endangerment and drug charges after leaving her 3-year-old son alone in her truck yesterday while she was in a Bozeman hotel room for at least an hour and a half.
Kimberly Sherrill was arrested around 5:30 Sunday morning after police responded for a welfare check on the child. Officers found the 3-year-old sleeping in the unlocked vehicle, keys still in the ignition.
Now, a search of Sherrill's possessions turned up 2 glass pipes and 2 baggies police say contained meth. The young boy was sent to the hospital for evaluation and is staying with family while Sherrill remains in jail.
Well, turning to weather, Rob Griggs is in for Bob McGuire. And Rob, it was a beautiful day today, but it's not going to stay that way.
Yeah, the wheels just kind of come off when I show up, don't they? Robin's egg blue skies, but now we're starting to see some clouds come in, and we do have some pretty significant watches and warnings to talk about, including severe weather potentially happening in our area. Now, right now, we've got a severe thunderstorm watch in effect from basically Choteau County east toward Valley County, south to Fergus. You can see a couple of those severe thunderstorm warnings already in play in orange. The severe thunderstorm watch, as you can see, across that region. Now, let's zoom in a little closer to Billings. We've got an active severe thunderstorm warning in effect right now for Carbon County and Bighorn County in Montana, basically north of Red Lodge all the way through Roberts, Fromberg, Bridger, Pryor. This area picking up some quarter-size hail, 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts, and this is sort of going to be the soup du jour this evening. We will be watching for severe weather to develop not only tonight but again tomorrow, so we've got lots to talk about with a complete Q2 Storm Tracker forecast in just a little bit. Jeanelle?
All right, thanks. A new federal lawsuit filed today is again challenging the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers' approval of the Keystone XL pipeline. 6 groups, including the Northern Plains Resource Council, claim the Trump administration granted the pipeline's construction permit without first evaluating the project's environmental impact. President Trump issued the latest Keystone permit this past March under what's called a streamlined Permit 12 process, avoiding the extensive review process for major projects. But this new suit challenges using the so-called Permit 12 process for the Keystone pipeline. Now, it claims the administration violated the Clean Water Act, the Endangered Species Act, and the National Environmental Police Act, 3 of the county's bedrock environmental laws.
Well, Montana now has its own Climate Solutions Council at the executive order of Governor Steve Bullock. This will task up to 30 Montanans with providing recommendations and solutions to reduce greenhouse gas emissions, prepare the state for climate impacts, and address the needs of communities that are going through transition. Montana is also joining the U.S. Climate Alliance, making it the 25th state to join the bipartisan coalition of governors that aim to make their states consistent with the goals of the Paris Agreement, even though President Trump withdrew the U.S. from that agreement in 2017. Governor Bullock says the council should have a climate solution plan in place by June 1st, 2020. The executive order was issued during a Facebook Live town hall with the Forward Montana Foundation.
A campaign finance complaint filed against Ken Miller, former candidate for governor and state senator from Laurel, has been dismissed more than 7 years after it was filed.
Now, the complaint against Miller in April of 2012, filed by a former campaign worker, said Miller didn't properly report expenses for his run for governor and accepted anonymous donations. The state commissioner of political practices says Miller cleared up the mistakes within weeks, but still pursued the complaint and said he violated the law.
But in May, the commissioner's office ended the complaint, saying it couldn't reach a settlement with Miller and that it wasn't a priority case. Miller says he did nothing wrong and that the years-long pursuit of the case was politically motivated. In the 2012 Republican primary for governor, Miller came in 3rd in a 7-person race won by Rick Hill.
Yellowstone County Sheriff Mike Linder will make an appearance on a hit daytime talk show tomorrow.
Sheriff Linder will join Dr. Oz on Tuesday afternoon as the two discuss a recently solved cold case out of Yellowstone County. Now, this case is that of Clifford and Linda Bernhardt, who were found murdered back in 1973.
It was earlier this year that the case was finally solved. The focus of the episode is how DNA and genealogy is helping to solve cold cases around the country. And you can catch that episode right here on Q2 at 3 o'clock tomorrow afternoon.
Well, there's a lot going on across Montana, and here's a look at tonight's statewide newscast at 9 o'clock.
I'm Jay Cohn. Tonight we'll tell you how Town Pump is investing more in the July 3rd Butte fireworks show, promising to make it the best one yet. We'll have the full story for you tonight on the MTN 9 o'clock news on the CW.
But first, right here on your Q2 530 News, a nonprofit organization is literally running on hope, a love for community, and a dream of a cure for cancer.
And in sports, Cowboy Christmas is underway tonight. Scott sets it up.
You're watching MTN News with Jeanelle Slade and Russ Riesinger. Storm Tracker weather with Bob McGuire. And sports with Scott Breen. This is the 530 News on Q2, Montana's news leader.